Hello again. So nice to see your lovely faces. Today we're going to continue reading our book, Got a Job. Now we've begun reading this book and we've found out so far that Mum and Dad are unwell. And Biff and Chip seem to be doing lots of jobs around the house. But Kipper doesn't seem to have a job yet. Do you think he'll have a job in the end? I wonder what it could be. So many children have been sending me in their work, and I've loved seeing all the pictures of the jobs that Kipper could do. Now today we're going to continue with yesterday's learning objective. Do you remember what it was? I remember. To begin to blend CVC words, which means to use your robot arms to sound out each sound and then blend them back together to read them. Do you remember the learning strategy that we used? That's right, to use our sounds. Now before we begin, are you showing me the 4 rules of good listening? Well done. Shall we go through them together? Good listening is sitting still. Good listening is staying quiet. Good listening is looking at the person who's talking. Good listening is listening to all of the words. Well done, reception. Before we start reading, we're going to do a tricky word warm-up because there are plenty of tricky words to spot in our book. Here are the tricky words that we will be seeing today. We're going to do my turn, your turn. Are you ready? When it's my turn, you need to stay quiet and listen. When it's your turn, you can say the tricky word. Are you ready? My turn. I. 2. He. Your turn. He. She. Said. Great job. Are you ready to play the game? Now this is called Can You Spot the Tricky Words? In my purple box, I have got lots of tricky words hiding. I'm going to move this circle around, and as I move them, there are tricky words hiding in the box. When you see a tricky word, you need to jump up and shout the tricky word that you can see. Are you ready? Let's have a practice. Tricky word 2. Jump up and shout 2. Brilliant. Let's find another one. Make sure you jump up and shout the tricky word that you see. She. He. Jump up and shout he. Said. Two. Is everybody ready to jump up again? I. Are there any more? Here's one. She. He. I. One last one. Said. Are you ready to get green for great today? What we need to do is get our robot arms ready, say each sound, and then blend them back together. Are you ready? Show me your robot arms. Fantastic. B. I. Biff. G. O. T. Got. capital mum. Tricky word 2, put, her, eat, feet, digraph E, up. Let's read that sentence from the beginning. Biff got Mum to put her feet up. Tricky word she. Got ms mums mug. She got Mum's mug. Ready to read the next page? Can I do a job? Question mark. Said, tricky word said. Kipper. Let's read that sentence again. Can I do a job? Said Kipper. Biff got Mum to put her feet up. She got Mum's mug. Can I do a job? Said Kipper. On this page it says that Biff got Mum to put her feet up. What do you think this means? Usually when we tell somebody to put their feet up, it's telling them to have a rest. Stop walking around, sit down and put your feet up. Page, it looks like Biff's job is to look after Mum and bring her warm drinks to make her feel better. Has Kipper got a job? It doesn't look like he's got a job yet, but he is still asking. You can see that he's got his hands out in the picture. And the sentence underneath it says, can I do a job? Let's point to the first sound. Fantastic. K, I, P, Kipper, had a job. Tricky word he, got a big pot of jam. He got a big pot of jam. What do you think Kipper is going to make with the pot of jam and bread? Which word describes the size of the pot of jam? The word that describes the size of the pot of jam is the word big. Can you robot talk it with me? B-I-G. Big. Robot arms. K-I-P. Kipper. M-A-D. Made. Now this is a big word. I'm going to break it up. I'm going to say the first half. S-A-N-D. Sand. W-I-Ch. Is sandwiches. Kipper made sandwiches. Tricky word, he. He made jam sandwich is sandwiches. He made jam sandwiches. Kipper made sandwiches. He made jam sandwiches. What flavoured jam do you think Kipper is using? There's a little clue on the label on the pot of the jam. Kipper is using strawberry jam. My favourite. How do you think Mum and Dad would feel if they saw all the mess in the kitchen? I think that they would be a bit angry, cross and disappointed because it would mean that there would be so much to clean up. Has Kipper got a job yet? What is his job? Well done, everybody. Today's learning objective was to begin to blend CVC words. And you all joined in using your robot arms to sound out each sound and blend the sounds back together to read the word. Green for great. Now for today's challenge, I want you to create your very own instructions of how to make a jam sandwich. I want you to use the words first, next, after that, and finally. After that, you could even draw me a really yummy jam sandwich. Enjoy, and I'll see you tomorrow.